Hi gamers, we're here with Danny Belanger from Ubisoft and we're talking today about Watch Dogs.
Yes, we are.
Excellent, and welcome to South Africa.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Fantastic. Tell us a little bit about Watch Dogs and what gamers can expect.
It's an action-adventure game set in the open world of Chicago, in which you can use technology and connectivity as weapons. So anything that is connected to a network, you can access and use it in gameplay.
Excellent, and what was the main inspiration behind Watch Dogs, would you say?
There are many. I think real life, like our lives, is a great inspiration because we're in privacy, information, technology. You know, social medias, the internet, everyone connected, everyone leaving a large digital footprint, a shadow all over the place. That's the inspiration. And connecting the game and the character to all of that was really the core of the inspiration.
And based off the trailers and stuff that we've seen so far, DedSec, they're obviously this very shady hacker group that's causing havoc in the city of Chicago. What is the sort of dynamic between them and Aiden that we can expect in the game?
DedSec. First, Aiden's journey is a personal journey. Mm-hmm. It's not a. What I mean by that, he has a family problem.
Okay.
He's a bit of an anti-hero. He must fix that, and through that, he gains access to the CTOS systems. And obviously, DedSec, they're not with him, but they're against CTOS. So
okay.
They have a parallel story in a way to Aiden's quest. And sometimes they do interact, but it's the main story is really about Aiden's journey, and then his access to this CTOS system.
Fantastic, and I've been wondering this for a while now, and I've got to ask, why did you guys end up going with Chicago as the backdrop to the story of Watch Dogs?
It's a great choice. I mean, it has such a rich history. The prohibition, the criminal backdrop. It creates a nice canvas for a strong narrative. It's also very connected. If you look at the surveillance system, there's so many cameras in that city, and it's public and private cameras together. Like there's a lot. Plus, all the infrastructure is really interesting. They have the train, they have the bridges. All of these things create for really good gameplay. Visually, it's the architecture is a mix of new and modern. There's been a rebirth with the Great Fire, so there's so many reasons why Chicago was interesting for us, and it's a great inspiration for the game as well.
Did you guys consider using any other cities, during your planning stages?
Yeah, of course. There was a lot of thinking behind it, and we might come back to that someday, whoever knows, but Chicago was the obvious choice for the first.
I'm sure the Watch Dogs universe is a massive one, and you guys have probably been doing planning for years ahead for more games.
We really hope we get there, but let's just launch this one, see how it goes.
Exactly. I'm sure it's going to go great. And what, if any, influences come from other Ubisoft games?
Well, I would say that if you want to do a mechanic, you have to talk to the people that do it the best. We're really lucky because we have a good stealth games, we have games that have strong navigation system, and we can talk and discuss. We have to build our own tech because it's not that easy to just put something in the game, so we have to build it. But just what did they learn? What's good and what's bad. We can go a lot faster and just having these people directly with us. But in reality, when we build a mechanic, is because we need it for the game. Our game is very dynamic. For example, cars are moving, and you want the character to be able to jump over them very easily, or otherwise it's a bit clumsy for the player. But it's really meant to serve the purpose of the game, not just say, oh, they did something cool, we'll just take it. I mean, it doesn't really work that way, at least for us.
Yeah. I noticed there's quite a bit of poker in the game. Aiden seems to be a very fit individual.
What do you mean? There's a lot of poker?
Parkour,
parkour, yeah.
Very similar to the protagonists of the Assassin's Creed series.
Definitely, he's very athletic. We didn't want to we still want him to feel natural because the parkour guys are, they're super agile and they do all these moves. We didn't want to push it that far. We just want it to be very comfortable and fun for the player to navigate around, so he doesn't feel he's stuck, especially in a game where you're a vigilante and you're being chased, and or you're chasing someone. It has to feel great, and that was really important for us to make it as good as we can, but made sense in the universe and in the urban city as well.
Yeah. Moving on to more hardware side of things.
Yeah.
Tell us, we know that Watch Dogs coming to next gen.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, I know that you haven't really made much in the form of announcements, but within the confines of what you're allowed to say, can you tell us a little bit more about the differences between current gen and next gen in Watch Dogs?
Our goal is to create the same action-adventure game, so the mechanics, the narrative, the missions, the side missions, we really want it to be the same game, so you buy either one, you're happy. But obviously, with more power, you have more options. What's great about Watch Dogs, it's an open world game, and we have a lot of levers to pull to use that power, like more people on the street, more cars, more variety, the weather systems. Obviously the water simulation is something that's only possible on next gen and all that. And I think the added benefit and the strong focus on connectivity will give us a lot of great options as well for the next gen platforms. But for the players, it's same action adventure game, and it's really important for us to do a similar game, and so players enjoy all the ones that they buy individually.
Yeah. I noticed that the ambient sounds, like trains going past and the music in the stores, how important is the sound design for you guys in an open world environment like this?
It's super important. I mean, it has to feel real. We obviously want to build a strong story, so there's a musical score for the missions. But when you're in the city, the living city is really what is our focus. Hearing the people talk, hearing the train, and then on top of that, you have your own phone. So we want to also support that fantasy of you having a phone in the game.
Yeah.
That being said, for sure, the living city, the focus, the life, making it feel as real as we can is a strong focus.
Yeah. And then moving on, how important was the logo design? I noticed that was very interesting. The stylized W and looking like a dog's face.
We have a great graphic artist. He's called Mathieu Leduc. He's fantastic. So, all the lines, all the styles, all the palette, all the hacking underground look is definitely something we're really, really keen on. And I think it supports the whole theme of, hacking and technology. The logo is actually a fox.
Is it a fox?
It's a fox, and it represents the main character, because what we want to do is, he's not a typical super muscular guy. He's very athletic, and he has skills, but we didn't want him to be like a brute. So he's more clever, and then as a player you can use the tools to be clever.
Okay.
And that's where the fox comes from.
Okay, excellent. And more on a personal development studio side. Tell us a little bit more about what you guys get up to when you're not busy developing. What is the atmosphere of your office like?
Oh, it's a great office. I don't know if you've been there, but it's an old factory. It looks like a loft,
okay.
So it's very intimate. A lot of wood. I mean, lately we've been working very hard, so not that much free time. But we try to obviously enjoy each other when we can and go out and have fun. But the last months I've been really busy with the game. So
excellent. So any special message for our readers and the people who will be watching this video?
I think I would say the most important thing for us is to create something unique. If we're going to build this game and try to build a new franchise and a new IP, and the second-to-second gameplay, what you're doing every minute has to feel Watch Dogs, But then you as a player, we use a lot the term free approach, which means we want to support all the players. If you like action, if you like stealth, most of the time like 95% of the time you play the way you want, and that's the great thing. It's hard to do because you can arrive anywhere in a layout. You can play any way you want, and on top of that, then you can hack. You know, so that has to be useful in all these situations. So it was a great challenge, but I'm really happy with the result.
Fantastic. Gamers, Watch Dogs out November 22nd. Pick it up, support these great guys' work. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
Peggy 18.
I'm about to open your world.
You got me in. In this city, no one can hide from me. No one.